What if the person you married was never actually yours to begin with? I did not expect to spend 2 hours genuinely angry at 3 people who don't exist. The setup sounds simple. Tashi was the best junior tennis player anyone had seen in years. The kind of talent that makes coaches nervous because they know they cannot teach what she has. Then her knee goes. Career over? Now she's pouring everything she had into her husband Art, a Grand Slam champion who is currently losing to guys he should be demolishing in his sleep, so she enters him into a challenger tournament, small circuit, basically a step above amateur. Humbling, deliberately, his opponent in the final turns out to be Patrick, his best friend since they were teenagers. The guy Tashi dated before Art, the guy who's been sleeping in his car and borrowing rackets. What Luca Guadagnino does with this, and I don't say this lightly, is genuinely uncomfortable to watch. Not in a bad way, in the way where you shift in your seat, because the movie keeps forcing you to reassess who is using who. The timeline jumps constantly, and every time you think you understand the dynamic between these 3, you get handed another scene from 6 years earlier that reframes everything. The tennis itself is filmed like a conversation. The camera sits at net level, cuts between faces, mid-rally, gets so close you can hear breathing. There's a scene where Patrick and Art are playing each other as teenagers, and it feels more intimate than most romance films ever manage. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the score, and it sounds like if anxiety were a genre, pulsing, mechanical, relentless, it matches the film perfectly because the film never lets you rest either. Zendaya doesn't play Tashi as a villain or a victim, which is the obvious trap. She plays her as someone who decided, very early, that she would not waste herself, and has been executing that decision ever since, including on the people who love her. By the final match, you're not watching tennis. You're watching 13 years of want and resentment and loyalty and betrayal, compressed into 2 guys hitting a ball back and forth, while the woman who changed both their lives watches from the stand.